Hi there, ho there, everybody. This is Grammy Mary, and that was What is Christmas from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and that was for Grammy because, yeah, really, seriously, it's just an excuse to tolerate snow. I do love that song. That actually, I think, is from the Grinch movie. Or the new Grinch movie with Jim Carrey. Not real positive, though. In any case, it is a Freaker Friday. And it is not the Friday before Christmas, but it's close enough. And yeah, I'm playing some rather different Christmas music to start off my little kick in the evenings. And I really do like that one. You know, I like unusual Christmas music anyway. But let's see. Over here on Twitter, I see that Barman has tweeted me. Thank you ever so much, darling. I truly do appreciate it. And over on the corner pocket, I see that Sock Puppet has shared it over here as well. So hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody over here in the corner pocket in the web chat of Crush and Run. So hi there, guys and gals, how you doing? I am really sucking at getting ducks, but you know the ducks that I do get, I'm making friends with because we're gonna have duck races. It's gonna be fun. Okay. Okay. Oh, yay! I just found out my oils finally showed up. Damn it! About damn time. Okay, on that effing site, let's go see who's over there. I see Grimmy is over here. I also see that D. Cheatwood is over here, as well as the lovely Mary B. Let's see who else is loitering over here real quick. Oh, wow, all kinds of people. I'm here. Rob Works is here. KD is here. Who are you? Ah, Clint is here. And that's Bubba in the background. And Pushing a Pencil is here as well. Hi, Pushing a Pencil. That's an interesting name. I'm a little bit on the high side because I took a nap. And it felt good. I've been needing a nap for weeks and I just plain haven't had a chance to take one. And boy, oh boy, I sat in my recliner, kicked that bad boy back, and next thing I know, my alarm was going off telling me, guess what? You got radio in half an hour. I know, Bubba. You can't help. And the puppies are inside because it's frickin' cold outside. Jeez, oh Pete, when winter showed up, it frickin' showed up. Okay, now, if you wish to give me static, you really need to be over here in the RLM chat because Real Liberty Media is where it's at. I know, I'm such a poet, aren't I? By the way, if you are listening to me, which I'm sure you know what you're listening on, but just to let you know all the different places that you can hear, I'm on RLM radio.xyz, also on the Real Liberty Media main page, channel 3, also on Real Liberty Media or RLM Spreaker channel, and the RLM Internet Radio Station, and the RLM Tune-In Station, and later on RLM SoundCloud. So, hey there, hi there, ho there. Oh, Pushing a Pencil is Chloe. Cool! Thank you, Rob Works, for telling me that. My puppies are now fighting to see who can get me to scratch them more. No, you two settle down. If you hear a bunch of growling and all kinds of crap, that's these two Hanyaks wrestling. Okay, so to say hi, hey, all that fun stuff, right up top is Mr. Asmo, the missionary man, because he likes being on top. And closely followed by Barman, who is still trying to collect that money that Asmo promised him for letting him be on top. Then there's Grimner, who is going to be playing hooky this evening. He just announced in the chat that, excuse me, he's going to be taking the evening off. So no Freakers Ball tonight, peeps, which basically means that I can take a nap. Again, only a longer one. Static Shot. Ow! The hell? Okay, I also see the lovely Moose Girl who is in the chat, or signed into the chat at least, but I think she's got plans this evening as well. And looky there, the lovely Kate is here as well. And trust no one. Who really doesn't trust anyone, but it looks like from the couple of times I took a peek that his Bitcoin is doing quite well. I still can't, you know, Bitcoin, I like the concept, of a different kind of currency and all that fun stuff but when you base its value on the dollar, I kind of go, okay, because it's supposed to replace the dollar, and yet the value is based on the dollar. Whatever. I also see Beetle is in the chat. Hey, Beetle! How's things going in your world? And looky there, Chalcedony is here, as well as a double dipping of Chloe. Hey, woman, how are you doing today? I'm here. I'm home. I'm glad I'm home, because wow, oh wow, oh wow. It is slicker than snot on a glass doorknob out there, let me tell you. And it is cold. And the wind is blowing, and it's pretty pictures. I took some pictures earlier. I haven't shared them yet, but I took some pictures earlier of my trees around my yard, and they are very pretty with all the frost on them. But when the trees are pretty like that, the roads are shitty. Another poetic moment for me. I also see Ivy Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2. And looky there, Juana Taco is here. And although that does sound absolutely yummy and all that other fun stuff, but I wound up getting a chicken out of the freezer. I think I'm going to make me some chicken noodles this weekend. If I get it started tomorrow, that means that for Sunday night for supper, I'll be able to chow down. Alrighty. And then tomorrow I'll just have to bake and eat, because you got to sample what you're baking, and which is why my clothes gets tighter in the winter. Oh well. I also see Meisterbrauer's here. Party! How you doing, dude? And looky there, P. Bunyan is also logged in, as well as Rob Works. And I saw that Rob got the bubbler going already. So yay, tiny bubbles in the chat. Woohoo! It's not based on the dollar. It has an exchange rate with it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rob. But everybody says that the dollar is just, they're messing with, and it's all digital, and it doesn't really have a value, and yet you have Bitcoin. There's all of these different things that run around in my mind, and I know that really scares you a lot because I am a functioning individual for the most part, but I have all this weird shit that runs around inside of my head, and then I go out and I talk to people, which, yeah, should be scary to a lot of people. And then you guys listen to me, which is, wow, okay, enough said. Moving along. Vinny is in the house. Hey, Vinny, are you staying warm, sweetheart? Because it's, excuse me, frickin' bursy. And yeah, I'm still a little bit on the hacky side. Phantom is here. God, dandruff, some of it itches. And looky there, Dakota and Demon Atrax, are you going to be on later on this evening, sweetheart? As in directly following me with your demonic Atraxian music? Inquiring minds would like to know. I also see Frumpy is here, as well as Jehovah One. And Jehovah, you must have decided that, yeah, time to freeze hell over just a skosh. It's cold. It's cold enough. Thank you very much. Jukesy Loops is here as well. Hey there, woman, how you doing? As well as Kozu and the lovely Mary B from Down Under. I hope it's extremely warm down in your neck of the woods because it's extremely cold. I'm going to keep whining. I'm going to sound like a freaking broken record because it's cold. Okay, I also see Nelson Dubois is here, as well as RLM 2883, and to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Sock Puppet. So, hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Let's see. Okay, now I got to catch up with the chat. It's colder than shit where Atrax is at. It's colder than shit where Juicy Loops is at. It's colder than shit where Moosey's at. Let's see. Only 21 million Bitcoin gonna be made. Ah, okay. Thank you. Let me see. Who else has little temperature things? Maybe I need to do mine too, just because. And I see that Sock Puppet likes sweater puppies. Yeah. It is a tidbit nipply out. Is that what you mean? By sweater puppies? Oh, you're very warm, Mary B. Awesome. Um, well, sweet. That's awesome, Atrax. Okay, so yes, he will be on directly following me, so be sure to stick around because he will have some demonic and Atraxian tunage for you to enjoy. So I've listened in a few times. I can't say I've listened in all the time, but I have listened in a few times, and usually it's when I'm puttering around the house, like fixing me something to eat, because I'm hungry by the time I get done on the radio. Because usually I get home about 35, 40 minutes prior to showtime, so I really don't have time to chow down on anything. But, yay! And no, RLM 2883, I don't think he's going to be the new Freakers Ball host. He may have freaky balls, but no, I don't think so. Is that, let's see, who would that be? Now I'm trying to think of who in the heck you are. I know who you are, I just can't remember. That's kind of like what my mom does. Rob Works, who doesn't like sweater puppies? Well, I don't know. Other than I find it extremely uncomfortable when I'm wearing a sweater and yet I still have pop-up timers like turkey's done. Then that means that even this sweater just ain't cutting it. And I could cut glass. Oh, I'm sure that's a mental image y'all really wanted to have, and you're welcome. Oh, Vinny's fixing to be on the road. On the road again. There you go, hon. Just make sure that when you're on the road, don't lay there too long because someone might go bump, bump, think you're a speed bump or maybe a dip in the road. You never know. Okay, I closed Twitter. I did get another stalker. Hello there, by the way, if you're listening in. I truly do appreciate it, but remember, I take corners really quick, so I might lose your ass. I know, Bubba, but you can't help broadcast, sweetie. And you cannot get in the chair because you're too big. He thinks he's a lap dog, but I'm sorry, 90 pounds in my lap makes me a very flat Grammy. Okay, no, Bubba, good God almighty, you need to get down. Thank you. Good Lord. He's a lug. Hui. Okay. What did I see? I saw these over on World Truth TV or .tv. Had a couple of interesting things that I just kind of wanted to touch on real quick, simply because there's so much faker bellyacre news out there. And if I have my way about it, I'm going to share every goddamn bit of it just so y'all go, that's fake. Grammy's a fake news person. Well, I'm a fake news person and I share real news too. And I just throw it out there and y'all get to decide which is fake for you and which is not. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You don't need some moron in DC or some moron on the boob tube. It's called a boob tube for a reason, by the way. You don't need one of those people telling you, this is fake news, but we're going to tell it to you anyway. Because it's fake news, and we want you to know that it's fake news. In any case, a forensic investigation says that Obama's birth certificate is a forgery. Who did not know that? That's been going on for how long now? 8 years? Something like that? And who started that whole nonsense? Hillary. Yeah, it was her side that started that when she was running against him 8 years ago. Or thereabouts. You two settle down. And, yeah, she's the one that, or it was her campaign that brought up that whole spiel. So, yeah, like this is a shocker. And all of a sudden, just as Trumpelstiltskin is, getting down to the wire, on the 19th, they will decide if they're going to go ahead and Electoral College say that, yeah, he gets to be POTUS. But you never know. A giant meteor might show up yet. In any case, all of this is coming out again now. Me wonders why. Why is this old news all of a sudden making headlines again? Is it another distraction? Pay attention to this. Watch the little birdie. See what we're doing over here. Because we don't want you to see what we're doing over there. That's what I think it is. But I just thought I would just bring this up that, oh yeah, as if y'all haven't seen it, because Christ, over the last few days I have been seeing this a lot. A lot, a lot. Oh, Surly, thank you, Jukesy Loops. I knew I would figure it out, and yet I didn't figure it out. Someone had to tell me. Thank you, Jukesy Loops. I truly do appreciate it. So, yeah, fake births. And what the hell good is it going to do? So everybody's going to say, we should impeach him. We should do this. We should do that. No, no, no. Because once you impeach someone, because impeachment is a process that you go through where you remove someone from public office that was legally, lawfully able to have that position and legally, lawfully elected. So if Dangleberry's birth certificate is a forgery, which I believe it is, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is, because I have not examined the document, so I can't prove it. I just have to go on some expert's decision on that. But, we got a lot of experts telling us about global warming, too, and really stand outside my door for about 15 minutes, and you'll find out just how much global warming's going on, asshole. In any case, yeah. I don't give two shits about any of this stuff anymore. And it's not going to make a goddamn bit of difference one way or t'other. Because you know what? He's already done the damage. Now, if they would have done something a long time ago, if some butts, beer and nuts, we'd have a hell of a party. If something would have done a long time ago, you could have nullified, but then we would have had good old Uncle Joe. Which is probably why an awful lot of people didn't push it too much. Because seriously, Uncle Joe as POTUS, that was a hell of a insurance policy there, Dangleberry. Wow. So, but, my whole thought process on a long time ago is if they would have nullified the election, which possibly would have even made it to where Uncle Joe wouldn't be in there either, because Uncle Joe was the running mate on that ticket, and it would have nullified the election. And so, a whole bunch of circular logic shit, which would have made San Fran Nan, who was the Speaker of the House, the POTUS. And that would not have been cool. Not at all. Really? Seriously? You wanted the Botox biatch as POTUS? Another excellent insurance policy, I must say. And so, but, nullification would have also nullified Dangleberry death care and nullified all of the other nonsense that he put into effect. But when you really stop and think about it, and all these people that are now starting to jump on but if that's not constitutional bandwagon, all those that are saying that years and years ago kept saying, oh, you're just mad because you lost. You're just being a whiner because you lost. The Constitution is a living document. You need to learn to let it change and morph with the times. Now those people are going, that's unconstitutional. He can't do that. We can't have Trump as president. It's one way or t'other. You can't have it both ways, sweetie. But these people are jumping out there, and they're going absolutely ape shit. And to each and every one of them, I say, okay, okay, if you want to start throwing that Constitution in my face, let's get after it, hun, because I'll explain a little something to you. All those EIEIEOs, those executive orders, those do not create law. You better look that up in the Constitution. Don't just pick and choose like the Bible thumpers do. I know there's an awful lot of Bible thumpers out there that like to pick and choose their passages that will support whatever their craziness is at the time. And yes, there are quite a few of them out there that I deem crazy. Why do I do that? Because I recognize crazy. I see it in the mirror every morning. We all have our own special brand. But when you nitpick and pick and choose, you can't just do that. You got to take either the whole document at face value or you toss a document out. None of this nitpicking shit, okay? So if you want to start throwing out little passages of the Constitution, read that one. That one that says executive orders cannot make law. Executive orders are just for the purpose of telling everyone else in the government how to execute, how to perform a specific law that was already passed by Congress. Executive orders do not make law. They do not. And when I brought that up to my local congressman who, oh darn, he lost this last election, well, I'm glad. But when I brought that up to him at a town hall meeting, he said, well, they've been doing it for years. And I said, okay. So, you find someone who has been killing people for years, and just for the simple fact that he's been getting away with it for years makes it okay. That's the same logic you're using right there. Well, they've been doing it for years. No. Doing something wrong for years and years and years is just piling mistake upon mistake upon mistake upon mistake. It's piling wrongdoing upon wrongdoing upon wrongdoing upon wrongdoing. You either correct it or you live in the wallowing pile of shit that you built. One or the other. There really isn't a middle ground on that one. So, I just had to throw that out there, do a little bit of a rant. But yeah, big fucking deal on the forged birth certificate. As if that's going to erase all of the damage that has been done by the lovely little figurehead, the little person at the podium, the scapegoat, the sacrificial lamb. That's pretty much all a POTUS is. They get to stand there and make wonderful speeches, go on golfing junkets, go on all kinds of vacays on your dime, and take all the credit and all the blame. Yay! It's a job I want. Not. But if I ran the zoo, I tell you what, if you want to do all this whole executive order shit makes laws, which it really wouldn't make law. It would just stipulate how laws are to be tended to, which I think is what executive orders are for. One of the first ones would be no piece of legislation longer than 5 pages, period. End of discussion. No piece of legislation that can deal with more than one subject, period. End of discussion. And, once I got that little tidbit put out there so that everybody could have their little knickers in a knot and run around going, oh my God, but it takes 5 pages just to get all the whereases and therefores and parties of the first part in there. So, while they're having their little mental meltdown over that shit, that's when you sneak in and you get rid of the whole alphabet soup brigade. Just wipe that slate clean. Because, ain't none of them worth fixing. None of them. So let's just scrap them and start over. How's that sound? And if you have any kind of alphabet soup brigades, they are kept at a minimum. And let's go way back in time to when they were not supposed to be lifetime politicians. Wasn't supposed to be a lifetime gig. It was supposed to be one of those things where you go, you do your gig, you get the hell out of there, and you go back home because, damn, that job sucks and it doesn't pay well. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's only supposed to pay about as good as flipping burgers at Mickey D's is how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works. Oh, but I can't survive on 172,000 a year. Really? You can't? I think I could live quite comfortably for about 5 years on that. Seriously, I probably could. Oh well. Lay down, Bubba. Dumb dog is he's looking for the cat. um what's that, Grim? Oh, I'll get 5 pages. Oh, microscopic font. No, 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 no. It needs to be large enough font, and it needs to be in words that even a second grader can understand. Because if you're going to write a piece of legislation that is supposed to decide how everybody in the whole country lives, then maybe, just maybe, it needs to be to where everyone in the country can understand it. And if you have people that whose reading level is in the second grade, which, ooh, thanks to public education, that's probably about where half of the country is right about now. If you want to have legislation, then it needs to be to where a second grader can understand it. And if it isn't, veto. Damn, that veto stamp would get worn out. It really would. That would be fun. I want veto put on the head of a gavel, though, because I always liked the thought of a gavel, because I could either whap that veto on that bill, or whoever brought it into me, I could whap veto right across their forehead. Doesn't that sound like fun? It does for me. I'm a little sick and wrong, though, but hey. Um, yes, Juicy Loops, twisting the Bible to suit their needs. There's always somebody that's doing that. Always, always, always. I'm not saying everybody that reads the Bible does that, but I'm saying everybody that uses the Bible to control the masses, which is all organized religion is thought control, thought and behavior control. You must think this way, you must believe this way, you must act this way, you must dress this way. If you do not do that, you're going to hell. Really? Cripes, coming in here and listening to your sermons is hell for me, so there you go. Okay, I'm going to move along to the other one just because I thought it was totally frickin' hilarious. And, at the same time, it balanced itself out. It did a whole yin and yang kind of thing because the headline is hilarious as hell, but the picture right below it made me want to hurl because it's Soros. Ick. George Soros is behind the Facebook fact-checking tool. No! Really? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. That Soros would be behind something like that. No. Say it ain't so. Oh, Chloe's weeding us. Thanks, Chloe. I'm coffeeing it right now. Oh, I just saw this. Java Dr. 2 says the Bible's been changed so many times to fit people's own agendas, which, yes, it has. And, that's where I think that whole movie, although I thought the movie was stupid, Lost in Translation, yeah, there's an awful lot of shit that gets lost in translation. And my eldest brother, who knows his Bible frontwards and backwards, has read it in Latin and is trying to learn Greek, I think, so that he can read the Greek version because he's already found inconsistencies between the English version and the Latin version, and which I find extremely fascinating. But his brain works that way. Mine does not. I have enough fun just reading English, let alone speaking. So there you go. In any case, back to good old Soros. Yeah. Facebook's new Ministry of Truth, which, did I say that on Wednesday? I found it extremely amusing. I think Sock Puppet had it over in the corner pocket. Maybe it was on Adam. The Adam channel or something. About somebody had made a complaint that the IRS Facebook page was, extorting funds from people and was a fraudulent page and some other nonsense, and so it got shut down, and I just had to giggle. I don't know if it was true or not, but it gave me a chuckle. It really did. Let's see. I'm just checking. Sock puppet just shot another duck. Quack, quack, quack. Okay. Hi, Erica, over on Fakey Book. Oh, and there's my brother Dammy and my baby girl and Catherine. Hi, lady. I'm so happy her mama's home. Yay! She has not been well, so I'm glad to see that she got to come home. Let's see. Who else? Oh, and I got sent a very wonderfully educational video the other day as well. Yeah, I'm off on another tangent. About the whole Standing Rock thing. And initially I went with the emotional reaction and went, that's bullshit. What the fuck? And then I started looking in and listening in and checking a few things out, and I started getting that uneasy feeling about the whole thing. Now I understand people being concerned, and I do know with having an ex that still works in the oil patch, I understand how accidents happen, how messes happen. God, for 30 some years, I got to hear about all kinds of shit that happened out in the oil patch. So I know about a lot of those disasters that can go on. But finding out some of the background facts of the issue was rather insightful, and I truly do appreciate the individual that shared that with me. Thank you ever so much if you're listening in. I truly do appreciate that, and I shared it, and I think I pissed some people off, and oh well. Because sometimes it's those uncomfortable truths that are the ones you really need to hear. And, unseeing something just ain't possible. Trust me, because there's quite a few things I've seen that it's like, really? Oh my God. I really didn't want to see that, and I really can't make it go away, because I have not perfected my mental etch-a-sketch yet. So, in any case, good old George Soros. Did I share that? Let me see if I did. Yes, I did. Okay. I'm going to put it over here on the effing site as well, just because, well, oh no, I don't need to, because Grimmy already did. Cool. Awesome, Grim. Thank you. So I can just close that then, because I don't want to see that fugly face no more. Okay. I got to do this. Grimmy shared it in the chat in RLM earlier today, and I really did have quite the chuckle. And I need a chuckle. I really do. So this is jokesforus.com. A man driving down a deserted country road when he had a blowout. Not having a spare, he finally finds a house and asks the lady if he can use her phone to call for a tow truck. As she opens the door for him to come in, a three-legged pig runs out. He asks, why does that pig only have 3 legs? And she says that they had a fire, and the pig woke everybody up and then went back and brought the dog out. And he said, but why does the pig only have 3 legs? And she said, well, another time my son was playing on the ice and it broke and he fell in and the pig ran out to the barn and got a rope and saved him. Again he asked, why does the pig only have 3 legs? I mean, after all he did for us, it just didn't seem right to eat him all at once. I know, Grimmy, different post, same info. That's okay, it's all fake news, Bubba. He's getting ready to go and eat some smart pills. We can't have that. And no, I'm not talking about the kitty litter box. I'm talking about over by the bunny. Why he likes those smart pills, I have no idea. But thank you, Grimmy, for that lovely little... Hey, don't make me put you outside. Uh-uh. Me and my critters. Ellie Mae Grammy. Do you know that Ellie Mae Clampett used to come out here? Seriously? She had a good friend that lived about 15 miles west of where I live. And she used to come out at least twice a year to visit her. So, I'm just trying to do this in her honor, have all these critters. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Gotta share this little piggy. Little pig, let me in. Wow, if it's gonna cost him a leg, that brings whole new meaning to costing you an arm and a leg, don't it? Poor little piggy. Thanks for that chuckle today, Grimmy, by the way, because, yeah, I kind of sort of needed that at work this morning. Okay. Let's see. A couple other links that I saw earlier today. Oh, okay. Here's another one. Speaking of Soros and the whole fact-checking thing, I saw this one this morning, and it's from businessinsider.com. Apparently, Facebook, it's from their Tech Insider. Facebook's going to be using Snopes. Oh, and other fact checkers. I do not want to learn more. And no, I'm not going to turn off my ad blocker. And if you're going to be a prickly wickly about this shit, fuck you. Okay, I'm going to go back to this one. In any case, Facebook is going to be using Snopes and other fact checkers to combat and bury fake news. Now, I want to know, if they're using Snopes, who's going to fact check the fact checkers? Because I've fact checked Snopes a few times. Granted, I'm using other people's information, so I really can't say that I know what I'm talking about. But, anytime a fact checker, as far as I'm concerned, in my experience, has not even a 50% accuracy rating, at least in my books, that pretty much makes them not so much a fact checker. Unless they just check them and then they go, well, we checked these facts and we checked them twice, looking to see if they were naughty or nice. And we decided that they weren't nice for the agenda that we're going along with, so we're going to call them fake news. That's pretty much what Snopes does, in my personal opinion. But apparently Facebook's going to start fact-checking, labeling, and burying fake news and hoaxes in its news feed. That's what the company said Thursday. Well, honey, you don't have to worry about that. My news feed is so damn inundated with all kinds of shit. I rarely even check it anymore. It's like, really? Do I know this person? Why are they on my news feed? Good God. Apparently, this decision comes after Fakery Book received heated criticism for its role in spreading a deluge of political misinformation during the U.S. presidential election. The Snopes cat check. Oh, their cat checks its owners. Well, that's just awesome, Grim. I have heard of octopuses that are very good at calling the odds on things. I did not know that Snopes used a cat. So, if the cat uses one section of the newspaper for its duties, do they then deem that to be fake news? Or is it the other way around? If it uses that section of the newspaper for its duties, do they deem that, oh, this is good stuff? The cat even shit on it. Okay. Back to this. Yeah, all of that political misinformation during the POTUS election. It's misinformation because it missed the target. if it's misinformation, because the rest, most of that shit was put out by the corporate lame-ass propaganda system anyway. It's just someone else actually took that information and looked at it from a different perspective and went, using those facts, you could also say this. Oh, wait, that's rather interesting. Let's put that out there. I do it all the time. Like that whole New World Order shit. Yeah, there can be a New World Order. Go right ahead. Let's have a whole new World Order. I don't think we want to have the one where we have just one little elite club that gets to call the shots on everything. That's not much of a New World Order to me. That's the way things have been run for eons. As far as I'm concerned, well, maybe not eons, but at least centuries. I think a lovely, refreshing New World Order would be one where people just actually start taking responsibility for their own actions. That's a New World Order I could get behind. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen anytime in the very near future. Maybe sometime down the road if we survive, but not in the next few years at least, not judging by the mindsets I see out there. Oh, yeah, like a story that the Pope endorsed Trump. Pfft, how many people actually swallowed that little tidbit? Seriously? They take us for morons and idiots, and granted, although there are lots of times when I think, yeah, you're right for taking a lot of people to be morons and idiots, I've stepped in at a time or two myself. But, wow, we're not all that stupid. Apparently, to combat fake news, Facebook has teamed up with a short list of media organizations. It's a very short list. Snopes and ABC. Woo! Well, I feel much better now. Those are part of the International Fact-Checking Network led by Pointner. Who is Pointner? That's a weird-ass name. Oh, it's a non-profit school for journalism in St. Petersburg, Florida. All righty. Well, journalism school. What the hell are you teaching them? Has journalism school gone the way of every other part of public education? You just write down what you're told and then you go out there and make people believe it. That's called journalistic integrity. Oh, wow. Definition changed, obviously. My dictionary doesn't say that. Apparently starting as a test with a small percentage of its users in the U.S. What do you deem a small percentage? Facebook will make it easier to report news stories that are fake or misleading. Once third-party fact-checkers have confirmed that the story is fake, it will be labeled as such and demoted in the news feeds. Ooh, you've been a very bad person. You know what? I think I have a tendency to gravitate towards those where everybody else goes, don't read that, it's a lie. I gravitate to those because I want to go, I want to see this shit so I can learn how to recognize a lie. And then when I read it and I go, wow, that doesn't seem like it's lying. Huh? I kind of sort of have personal experience with that. Okay. So my personal experience is all just make-believe. It's my imagination, huh? Wow. I live in a pretty fucked up imaginary world, don't I? Yeehaw! Apparently, a company representative told Business Insider that the social network will also use other signals, like algorithms, that detect whether a story that appears fake is going viral. Oh, we can't have that. Algorithms. Ew. Wow. Why did my mind go there? That's just a nest. That's something I need to have. Ugh. I can't imagine Al Gore having any kind of rhythm at anything. Apparently, they focus their efforts on the worst of the worst, on the clear hoaxes spread by spammers for their own gain, and on engaging both our community and third-party organizations. Okay, if you guys really want to get rid of the spammers, if you really Want to get rid of the worst of the worst? How about you get rid of all of those fucking chain letter bullshit things that are going around on Facebook right now? Oh, and wait. Yeah, those lovely little messages that people keep forwarding on. Don't open this link because it's... Really? Wow. It's really sad. And why do people send those in messages anyway? Is it a secret that you have to be a member of a secret club? You know, and if you're not a member of that secret club, then it's okay if you open up this spammy Trojan horse-filled link? I don't get that shit. Oh, Demon Atrax, you know, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know who I want to believe. Because, well, my own personal experience, my own eyes, or, can I get back to you on that one? Oh, you follow Pointner on... Ah. So, Kate, are they worth a shit? Or do you follow them just to see what kind of antics they're up to? Because here are some people that I follow just to see what kind of antics they're up to. So I can sit back and go, oh, so that's what they're doing nowadays. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, Jukesy Loops, those chain messages are... It's like, stop. Stop already. And you, especially, and bless their hearts, I know these people mean well, I truly do, but you know, there's that 8-lane, multi-lane, 20 bazillion lane superhighway going to hell kind of meaning well people. I love them, I truly do, but god damn it, quit sending that shit to me. And especially, do not send something to me that says if you don't forward this, and that means you don't love baby Jesus. Oh, seriously? Fucking guilt trip? I don't think so. I don't think so. I love all babies. I don't care what that baby's name is. You bring a baby anywhere close to me and it's like, baby hog, that sign starts flashing across my forehead. People just know. She's baby hog. Yeah, I'll hold them. They're crying. Bring them here. They got shitty pants. I'll probably change it for you. I'm kind of dorky like that. But, yeah, don't be sending me this shit that if you don't forward this, if you don't return it to the person that sent it to you, if you don't do, then that means you don't love God or you don't love baby Jesus or you, why don't you tell me if I step on a crack I'll break my mother's back? Okay? Gee-yaw. I get those just really infuriate me to no end. So yeah, anybody on Fakeybook, if you're listening to me right now, please stop sending those to me, because if you continue sending them to me, I'm going to start ignoring every message you send me. I won't unfriend you because, well, I like everybody. Well, oh no, okay, wait a minute. I don't really like everybody, but I love everybody because y'all serve a purpose. Y'all got a purpose in this world, even if your purpose for me is just teaching me what I don't want to be. So I love you and I appreciate you for that. I don't necessarily have to like you, though. Just putting that out there. Because I'm kind of sort of judgmental like that. I embrace my judgmentalness. I will admit to it freely. So, oh hey, and there you go. You're welcome, Lee. A critical look at Standing Rock over on YouTube. Really is an excellent video. You need to go check it out. So, but I just had several people actually like that video, so apparently I've only pissed off one person. Oh, I know. Isn't that funny? Sock Puppet says that it's sort of odd to see Facebook and Twitter still being sponsored on those sites that are labeled as fake. Yeah, I I think it's all hilarious. And you know, everything is fake to somebody, and there's an awful lot of people out there I've really come to realize There are an awful lot of people out there that believe the bullshit that they're spouting. They really honestly and truly, or as honestly and truly as they can be, believe the shit that falls out of their mouth. They really do. They really think they're right. And I'm happy for them. If it makes it easier for them to sleep at night, all righty. If it comforts you to believe that you can have an independent thought, yay! Goody for you. Because you know what? It comforts me that I can have an independent thought every once in a while too. You know, everybody needs to try it once in a while. Sometimes it hurts, but there you go. But you know, everybody's gonna spiel a little bit of bullshit. Everybody is. It's called part of being human. Some people do it just to be snarky. Some people call it sarcasm, which, well, I know you meant labeled, hun, but libeled works really well too. It's one of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other kind of things. Where was I? Off on a tangent, and now I'm off. I got totally derailed. Oh well, it's okay. Independent thoughts that just took that whole train way down the track somewhere where I'm like, wait a minute, I missed it. Okay. No biggie. No biggie. I'm sure I'll think of it again later sometime, and it'll just pop out. Oh yeah, people believe in their own bullshit. I actually believe my own bullshit from time to time. Isn't that scary? Oh, looky, I see Solvanor is online. Sweet! I needed a drink of coffee, so I quit coughing. Yeah, right. Oh, Rob said being able to sleep isn't a problem. You know, I know some people that do some of what I would deem as the most disgusting, hypocritical things in the world, and yet they don't have a problem at all with looking at themselves in the mirror. And I think, okay, all right. You know, if that works for you, I'm not going to say I'm really happy for you because I'm not liking the repercussions that I have to deal with, but hey, if it works for you. But you know what? I'm also learning from you. I learn from everyone. I truly do. And some people probably, if I told them the lessons that I learned from them, they probably wouldn't be real happy. But, you know, whatever. Beth Z, I see you, sweetheart, over here in the chat. You joined back up. Okay, what's that? Oh, it's a world of faces pressed up against glass. Even the people that disagree with this fake news crap still connect to those that are shoveling it. That is true. And you know, faces pressed up against glass. Have you ever taken picture? I have a picture of my youngest daughter like that. It's a Polaroid. It's very impressive. I've actually had several people that were single people at the time. They looked at that picture and they went, wow, if that isn't a good bit of birth control, I don't know what is. Because she was making all kinds of funky ass faces up against the front door glass. It's hilarious as hell. You know, it was a face only a parent could go. But if you're single, I'm sure it was probably quite terrifying. So see, it all depends on where you're at in life as to whether you find it amusing or terrifying. There's some things that I find terrifying and yet somewhat amusing. So, you know, I'm kind of weird like that. But yeah, and you know, hun, I have a tendency to share that fake news too, but I have a tendency to laugh at it the whole way. Kind of like, you know, the whole jingles all the way, I giggle all the way. 'Cause it's what I do. Now I'm just kind of bebopping. I have no idea why. I am so glad this is not video. Holy crap. I'd have been done years ago. Oh, Lord. Okay. Power outage. What? Oh, crap. What? Minus 21 Celsius? Jesus, Palomino, that's frickin' cold, Beth. Jeez almighty. Yoinks. Okay. I'm wow, I'm trying to conceive minus 21 Celsius. No, that just doesn't work for my wee little brain. That's just too fucking cold. There should not be a temperature that cold. There just shouldn't. I always figure when the thermometer says 0, we have no temperature. There's no temperature. There's no weather. It's 0. There's nothing. It's all good. Go about your business. Bobby! I see you. Awesome. When are you? Don't go to Colorado this weekend, hun. It's shitty weather out there. Shitty weather here, too. Okay. I'm going to go back to my pocket because I'm bored with Fakery book already. Co-figure. Okay. Now, I've been seeing a lot of things that have been, they jerk on the heartstrings, all that other fun stuff. They get you in the feels. I think Sock Puppet said that. Or I remember him saying something like that. Getting you in the feels, which, yeah, that's, if you really want it, you play that emotional card. And when I initially saw the video of police taking blankets away from homeless people, that was the headline. Police in Denver taking blankets away from homeless people. I was instantly pissed. Why? Because, well, that's a natural reaction for a lot of people. You see something like that and you go, what the fuck? That's messed up. Well, over here on FromTheTrenchesWorldReport.com, police respond to taking blankets from homeless. Here we go. Here's the other side of the story. Gotta stop and realize there's always more than one perspective. I used to say that a piece of paper has two sides, but when you start looking on the quantum level, there's way more than two sides. So, there's always more than one perspective to every story. And with this one, the Denver Police Department is defending officers who were caught on video taking blankets and tents from homeless people when temperatures dropped to below freezing overnight. The American Civil Liberties Union posted video on Facebook to show Denver police officers confiscating blankets from people who were camped out in 20-degree weather. Now, first off, when I first saw this and I saw the little thing underneath it where it said the American Civil Liberties Union is considering filing a lawsuit. Now, as soon as I saw that, I went, oh, alarm bells. Because normally the ACLU, whenever something like this were to happen, they would be, we're going to sue, we're going to do this. Why? Because they like to sue people, they like to make money. It doesn't necessarily help out the people that they're suing, but, well, lawyers and their ilk. It just kind of works that way a lot of times. In any case, so as soon as I saw that they were considering, then I thought, there's got to be more to this than just this little blurb. So my blood pressure started dropping a little bit even before I was done watching the video. But now, here's another side. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock talked about what happened. This is not a widespread practice by the police department. The video clip that you just ran was actually 3 individuals who were protesting and setting up camp in front of City Hall. And after the police asked them to move, they did not. They were cited and their equipment was taken as evidence. But this is not a widespread practice throughout the city, and we wanted to make sure that it didn't go any further and that people understand this is not how we want to operate during these frigid temperatures. So, whether you wish to believe that or not, I myself have seen lots of things that when taken at a certain angle or when you do some creative editing, It takes things, or when something is taken out of context, which is part of that creative editing, but it's not necessarily, out of context is different from creative editing, and it's a very fine distinction, but there is a difference between the two. You have to use creative editing to do that, but not all creative editing is out of context. That makes sense in my head. It may not for you, but it does in mine. In any case, I've seen enough stuff out there that has made me start, get a little. I don't go off quite as easily as I used to, I should say. Because I've seen things. And even though I do not like Dangleberry in the least, I think he's a snarky little asshat. He just has this attitude that he exudes. And you hear all these people say, "Oh, but he's so smart. He's so eloquent. He's so this, he's so that." And I just keep seeing Eddie Haskell. Every time I see him, I see Eddie Haskell. I see a conniving, smooth-talking asshole is what I see. So, my perspective. But I had seen a video where they did some creative editing. They did some serious cutting and made it look like Dangleberry had said something that he did not. I mean, yeah, it was his words, but they made it come across in order to put forward an agenda. And I don't care if your intentions are well-meaning or what. When you do that little snippety snip shit in order to further an agenda that is not what actually happened, but you're trying to either instigate anger, which why do you need to fabricate things to instigate anger? People get angry enough just with what's actually going on. But when you start fabricating it, not only does it discredit you, but it also discredits everyone else out there that is not fabricating, because the brush, that discrediting brush, makes a very wide swath. So was that your original intent? To discredit everyone that calls out the bullshit with facts, with actual, provable facts? Was that your intent? To make everybody else look like a tinfoil hatter? A nut job? Because I think everybody needs to start calling that shit out whenever you see something where it has been doctored in order to put forward agendas, in order to get you pissed off. The whole divide and conquer thing, because it's not just the government that does the divide and conquer shit. There are a lot of people out there that have learned quite well from them how to use that tool. And they use it. Lots of special interest groups do that. Lots of them. Which is part of being, I think, a special interest group. You have your special interest. And that special interest is to put forth your agenda. So, if you see something out there that just doesn't quite sit right or seems entirely too, wow, that just really fits that whole narrative very well, I'm thinking you need to do a little bit of your own fact checking. Which maybe that's what everybody needs to do anyway. Check it with your gut, number one, because your gut knows. You may not pay attention to it. You may kind of ignore it from time to time, or most of the time. But your gut knows. And this was one of those things. There's always one little thing that'll trigger it. Always, always. There is not a perfect lie anywhere. There's always one little thing that'll trip them up. And if you are careful and observant, you'll catch that one little thing. And if you're really observant, you'll notice that your gut's going, hello, alarm bells. And that was kind of what my thing was with the initial time when I saw that video, was they're considering. Considering is completely out of character for the ACLU. They are very, very happy to jump on the bandwagon of suing just about anybody they can sue. So when they're just considering, I go, ah, there is more to this. Let's find out. There is a little statement here by the Denver Police Department. And I know there are some of you out there that believe that there is no such thing as a good cop. I beg to differ with you. But that's because of my life experience where I live and the cops that we have here. The cops that we have here where I live are not douchebags, are not ass munches. As a matter of fact, quite a few of them, their children went to school with my children, so I know them pretty well. And that's the nice thing about living in a small community, is we know them very well, and we can go up to them or we can call them and we can call their bullshit. And if they try and pull bullshit, the rest of the town will also step up and go, "Excuse me. No, no, I was there as well. I saw that. I know what's going on. Don't try and bullshit." That's the lovely thing about living in a small community. There's things that suck about it, but there are also wonderful things. Oh, only 28 Americans have applied for Trump-related refugee status? Let me check that shit out. Did I share this? Zuckerberg promises Facebook not to fact-check stories based on politics. Well, that one that shot Joey, but he's not local, hun. He's from my hometown. That's 90 miles away. And yes, I don't see, and that I don't necessarily judge people by their occupation. Now, it does kind of sort of lead me down a path a lot of times because there are certain personality types that, yeah, it was a different county, hun. 90 miles away. You know, there are certain personality types that gravitate towards certain occupations. So, yeah, you can kind of sort of make assumptions along those lines, but I base my judgment of people on my individual one-on-one experience with that individual. And so, although I will do the whole blanket thing, politicians suck balls, and I hope there's nobody out there that's volunteering theirs to be sucked on. Maybe if you want to volunteer a donkeys, but, you know, ugh. And there are some police officers that are absolute douchebags, like the one that shot Joey. I do believe that that little ass munch is an ass munch. And once I got to see a picture of who he was, and yeah, I recognized him. So yeah, I had a personal up-close experience with that little douche. So, yeah. Each and every one of them, not all of them are bad, and some of them really are trying to help. They really are. But unfortunately, the politics of the situation really screws shit up. And I understand why some of them stay at it anyway, because they're trying to clean it up from the inside. But sadly, I've also seen some, especially out here where I live, that have gotten to the point where it's like, I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. And they quit. And our local police chief did that. He said, I just can't do it anymore. And he quit. So, you know. Oh, Chloe says, leave the donkeys out of it. Well, Chloe, I know everybody says that politicians suck balls, you know, so is there a critter somewhere in this world that we can have the politicians suck on? Because, wow, I really don't know of too many. Well, hey, they can suck on each other's balls. There you go. That'll work. That's about as vile as I can get. Hey. Excuse me. Okay. What? Must be like a pig. Well, you know, and there are some of them that most definitely fit that whole pig thing. But then again, I stop and think, you know, not all pigs are like that. So, I mean, I've been around pigs that are actually quite cute and lovable. I know someone that had one of those little pot-bellied pigs it was fat, but it was cute and it was lovable and it thought it was a doggy, or at least it acted like a doggy. So, um, yeah, I think we need to come up with a different term for them as well, because really, what did pigs ever do to deserve getting their name stuck to that? So, oh, and Meisterbrow doesn't care about donkeys either. You will if you're trying to get somewhere and all you got is a donkey for a ride. What are you two barking about? I see those tails a wagging. My dogs are getting ready to get frisky again. Goofballs. Oh well. What? They're singing now. You guys might get to listen to a puppy serenade. You never know with those two. Okay, moving along. So, and I'll share this little police respond to, because I'm really learning, just because I have had to eat crow a time or two, that don't go with the initial emotional reaction. Dig into it a little bit further, because if your emotions are jumping in there and telling you to act a certain way, maybe, just maybe, you need to confirm that reaction before you go off the deep end. Don't you know? So, kind of like nobody likes to be stereotyped or any of that other fun stuff. I can't tell you how many people look at me and go, "You're not a Grammy." Well, what do you mean? What are Grammys? Little old ladies that sit in rocking chairs and knit Afghans make terrorists? I do that as well. But I'm not your normal Grammy. So, there you go. Ain't no such critter as a normal. There's just a normal for me and a normal for you. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my pocket, because I do remember seeing something else that I wanted to address this evening. With all this fake news and silliness and people putting shit out there that they aren't willing to put their money where their mouth is, kind of thing. I do believe it was Grimmy that shared this one as well in the RLM chat earlier today. Prove it or shut up. Russia tells CIA Putin's spokesman, or Russia tells the CIA, Putin's spokesman accuses U.S. of being extremely scurrilous over hacking allegations. Would you two just not worry about the cat? She's not hurting anything. What? My dogs are freaking out because the cat's on my lap. Lord. Okay, this is from thedailymail.co.uk. The Kremlin has slammed Washington for pointing the finger at President Vladimir Putin over cyber attacks targeting the U.S. election, which, how fucking stupid do you think people are? Oh, wait, never mind. That was a rhetorical question. Telling America to either provide proof for the allegations or keep quiet. My dogs are not going to keep quiet. Moscow made the commitments after President Barack Dingleberry Obama pledged to retaliate against Russian hacking. At this point, they need to either stop talking about this or finally present some sort of proof. Otherwise, this looks extremely scurrilous. This was a Putin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, who told journalists during a visit to Japan. My dogs are providing commentary as well. Obama yesterday warned that the United States would take action against Moscow after the White House accused Putin of direct involvement in cyber attacks designed to influence the U.S. elections. Yes, Moosey, they are jealous. That's Snuffles doing the whole thing. She's she gets to singing because she gets very jealous. What? You big babies. I can't ever do anything without these goofballs. Can I? What? Sing? No, don't get in my lap. Okay, back to the article. I think there is no doubt that when any foreign government tries to impact the integrity of our elections, that we need to take action. Okay, now see, when I read this, you need to really, really look at the wording here. I think there is no doubt that when any foreign government tries to impact the integrity of our elections, that we need to take action. Now, that's a very vague terminology and yet very pointed. And when I see that, I can see where he's going, but I also see another side, which is from my perspective, which is the I don't trust you dirty rotten bastards perspective. And I see it as, oh, a foreign government is stepping in and trying to balance out the playing field. They're trying to make an impact on the integrity of our elections because our election process has very little to no integrity left to it. And so therefore they're going to try and step up and say, okay, so you're going to spread shit about this person. Well, we'll make sure that there's shit about the other person as well. And then that way it balances it out. You know, that's kind of where my mind goes. Not saying that the Russians did this because I'm really more of a mind that it was the NSA that did this shit. And it was them snooping on the DNC and not liking some of the dirty tricks that old Shitlery's pulling, and so they went, oh look, we can use Putin as a scapegoat, we can do it through WikiLeaks, we can wash our hands of it, because you know that's how those little creepy bastards work anyway. They always have a very circuitous route that they take so that they can have plausible deniability. You know, it's like that whole sources in the government. Really? What source are you talking about? Are you talking to the gal that runs the phones and says, thank you for calling the Pentagon, please hold. Thank you for calling the Pentagon, please hold. Thank you for calling the... Is that your source? Now, granted, I do that job from time to time where I actually sound an awful lot like that. But wow, that's your source. Okay. You hush. Tippy dogs. Oh, well, this goes on to say, oh, and we will at a time and place of our choosing. Oh, so see, there's another ambiguous statement. We will take some kind of action. We're not going to say what kind of action. It may be like a hokey pokey kind of action, be very hokey and do a Facebook pokey kind of action. You know, turn ourselves around, because that's what it's all about. But they will do it in their own time and at their own choosing. And you can't make me do it any sooner, because you're not my boss, applesauce. You know, that's the way I read that. That's the vibe I get off of that. It's like, wow. Okay, you got busted in a lie. And so now you start using all of these fancy words. And then being very vague about what you're going to do about it. I don't believe a word of it. I think you're just being vague and trying to sling mud, because that's what you do. Apparently, the outgoing U.S. POTUS's remarks dramatically upped the stakes in a dispute between the world's leading nuclear powers over interference that may have swayed last month's tight election, in which Republican billionaire the Trumpelstiltskin defeated demon crappy Shitlery. May have. There's another one of those vague words, kind of like coulda, woulda, shoulda, mighta. May have done something. If such a thing could be, it would be. Apparently, Dangleberry's threats came after the White House ratcheted up allegations over the Russian hacking by personally tying Kremlin strongman Putin to the attacks. Basically, they were saying, "Nuh-uh, you're a big old poopy head. Oh, Putin, you're a big old Putin head. That's what you are." That's about the level of this. It really is. This is like kindergarten shit. I don't think things happen in the Russian government of this consequence without Vladimir Putin knowing about it. That's one of his top advisors, Ben Rhodes, said yesterday. Well, I'm happy for you, Ben Rhodes. Be careful, 'cause it wouldn't take much to change your name to Ben Dover. Honey, just rearrange a few and add another. Yeah, it wouldn't take much. Pointing the finger at the Russian president over meddling in the elections also puts the White House on a collision course with Trumpelstiltskin, who's become increasingly isolated in questioning Russian involvement in hacks of the Democratic Party emails that appeared to slow the momentum of Clinton's campaign. I think it was DNC people that were pissed off with the way the DNC treated Bernie Sanders. Although, I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's like pop some popcorn, grab an adult beverage, kick back, and watch the fireworks kind of shit. But you had one side that was pissed because the other side wound up winning using dirty tricks. So they thought, okay, you're going to use dirty tricks? Well, we're going to leak this shit out. Then someone wound up getting Arkansided. Then next thing you know, it winds up in WikiLeaks. Then all kinds of shit happens. And kind of like that stupid little video that I shared earlier today that was supposedly, from that Hitler movie. I never watched that movie, but I see that clip get used an awful lot. And, where Hitler is reacting to Shitlery losing. And it was really hilarious. And the more I see of this stuff, the more I think, oh my God, how freaking funny all of this is. They're all a bunch of 3-year-olds throwing shit and pointing fingers. Bubba, you get out of there. Now he's trying to get under the computer desk to get to the cat. I do not need that going on underneath the computer desk. Wow. So, there was a hacker. Yeah, right. Shitlery lost. I think that was just a plot twist. And y'all are throwing this crap up there because you got something else up your sleeve and you want us to keep our attention over here. So, now that I have kept our attention over here and poked a little bit of fun and called bullshit on all of it, I'm not saying Putin wasn't involved, but I really don't think he's that stupid. I really don't. Oh, hey, I just checked over here in the chat. Moosey's doing the hokey pokey. Cool. Okay, you and I can do the hokey pokey together then, Moosey. We'll just hokey pokey until Hope is dead. What? Oh, Graham, now you're going to make me read another one? Yeah, Moosey, Bubba and Snuffles. That's my babies. They're actually more mature than the dingfods in the government right now. And, uh-oh, they've disappeared. It's like 3-year-olds. Oh, no, they're Snuffles. Bubba has disappeared, though. There could be trouble in Grammyville. What is this, Grim? Michelle Obama, Hope is dead. Oh, sweetheart, you're not going to be able to take those fantabulous vacays anymore on the people's dime. Oh, no, wait a minute. Yes, you will. Because that's one of the perks of the job. That just sucks. Okay, this is from the New York Post. Well, is this fake news or is this real? I'm going to call it spewage. Her husband campaigned on a promise to restore hope. Yeah, well, you know what? Dangleberry got in office. Bob Hope had died, so we had no hope. Nobody had any change left in their pockets. How's that working out for you? Okay. It was to restore hope, maybe their hope, not what we were hoping for, but hey, it's the details. But now that he's turning over the White House to Donald Trump, that's evaporated, according to Michelle. We feel the difference now. Do you really? See? Now we're feeling what not having hope feels like. Oh, shut up. She told this to Oprah. Wow. Good old Oprah. And I actually like Oprah, but wow, Oprah, just because you have lots of money don't mean you're always right. I have seen you right on a couple of things, but I've seen you wrong on a lot of them too. Oh well. Hope is necessary. You know what? I heard something earlier today. Hope is a liar. Hope is a liar. Hope is a beggar. Hope is begging for things to get better. I hope it gets better. I beg for you to make it get better. That really stuck when I heard that earlier today. In any case, hope is necessary. So apparently begging is necessary. It's a necessary concept. And Barack didn't just talk about hope because he thought it was just a nice slogan to get votes. No, he really did think it was just a nice slogan to get votes. He and I, and so many believe that. What else do you have if you don't have hope? Well, see, that's what you wanted. You wanted us all hoping. You wanted us all begging you. No, I'm not going to beg you. Michelle, who campaigned for Shitlery, that's a scary dynamic duo or diabolic duo. While disparaging Trumpelstiltskin, took an indirect swipe at the president-elect by claiming her husband is a grown-up who inspires confidence. Wow, I really am happy that she's comforted with those independent thoughts because, whew, I disagree. Wow. I feel like Barack has been that for the nation in ways that people will come to appreciate. Huh? Having a grown-up in the White House who can say to you in times of crisis and turmoil, I need a 5-iron. Or maybe it's a 9-iron. Or give me, damn it, it's in the sand trap. Oh, that's not the crisis she's talking about. Okay. Oh, no, he says, hey, it's going to be okay. Let's remember the good things that we have. Yeah. Rainbows and butterflies. Unicorn farts. How lovely. It's so wonderful. Ah. Okay, what's that sock puppet? Hope lacks the skills needed to push through and carry through a product. Yeah. Yeah, if you're just going to sit around hopey McChangin', oh, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish. Wish in one hand, shit in the other. Guess which one will get full? I don't care to have shit in my hand. And so, if those are my options, if in order to have wishes in one hand, you got to have shit in the other. If that's the way it works, I'm not doing either one. I'll just do what I do and keep working until I get the results that I want. How's that sound? Instead of the hopey McChangey shit. Oh, wow. Dangleberry being a grown-up. I just don't see that. How many pissy fits have y'all seen him have? I can recall a few. It didn't go my way. You guys are just big old meanie poo-poo heads. And yes, it is a crisis when he can't decide if it's a 5 iron or a 9. And I don't know if those are even the right words for those golf clubs because I don't golf. I think it's stupid to go out and hit a little white ball on the grass, and then I know you don't walk to it anymore. Everybody's got freaking golf court. But it's such good exercise. Oh yeah, it's really good exercise. You work that elbow really well with curling that beer. Yep. Oh, and it's a lot of exercise to get your fat ass in and out of that golf cart to walk over the 3 feet away to where your ball landed, and then walk that 3 feet back to your golf cart so you can drive around the scenic route to get to where you hit the ball so that you can do it again. Wow, that's exercise. Alrighty then. I just don't get it. I think it's a dumb game. But there you go. What's that demon at tracks? Adult in the White House. There ain't going to be no such critter as an adult in the White House. Christ. Look at the options they keep putting out there for us. Oh, a Chrome plugin to fact check? Oh, now you know what? This is getting to be real big business and excuse me. I think this is just another way to snoop on you. No thanks. I don't need any more plugins. Thank you very little. A Chrome plugin. How funny. What if I want a bronze one? What if I want a rainbow one? Huh. What's this now? Okay, Washington Post launches Chrome plugin to fact check Trump on Twitter. Ooh, like Twitter is the do-all, be-all, end-all of all valuable information, too. I find amusing things on there from time to time. For the most part, I find things on there where I just kind of go, oh, good Lord. These people are actually out there in society. Well, I'm impressed. Not. Alrighty then. Whew. Let me put this prove it thing over here on that effing site real quick. Wow. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I'm putting Michelle over there. Oh well, that'll work too. All hope is gone. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Poor Michelle. Sweetie, honey, you really need to talk to whoever I want to know who it is that does her hair and her clothes, because that way I know who not to recommend to people, because wow, that really is that's not a good look for you, sweetheart. Trust me. Bangs, long bangs, cousin it bangs. Oh, I should quit picking on her. No, I should, but I'm not gonna. That's what you get, when you want to be in the public eye. You get to deal with people like me. Oh, look, we got Santa Claus over here in the corner pocket. Santa Claus, do you have claws? Do they need to be trimmed, filed, manicured? Are they all red with little snowflakes on them? Inquiring minds want to know, or at least I do. Please, Santa Claus. Oh, see, there I went and hopied at Santa Claus. Damn it. I hate when that happens. Okay, yes. Checking my notifications here. Now I gotta find this one. This is the one I wanted to share on that effing site, but instead I shared the Michelle one, so I'll share this one as well. How do you like that for talking around in circles and not saying a shit and thing? Hey, I could be a politician. I've been there, done that. Job sucked. Pay sucked even worse. Whew. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one. Oh, and I need to find the steaming load one. I need the steaming load. By the way, if you're not over on that effing site, Freedom's Network, get your ass over there. Because there are some really cool people over there. And they share an awful lot of really interesting stuff. So, I mean, there's some stuff on there that it's like, really, I did not want to see that. I could have gone my whole life without seeing that. But, that's everywhere. So, what the hell? Okay, I'm going to go back to my pocket now. Sheet balls. Damn, look at the time. I have taken up an awful lot of time and not really said a whole hell of a lot of anything, have I? Okay, I got to do this one because I thought, okay, alrighty then. Just because I'm an oily kind of person, and I don't mean I'm greasy oily, as in I mean I'm into essential oils and natural components and all that other fun shit. Which, I talked to one of my brothers and he says, well, arsenic is natural. Yeah, so is cyanide. Kiss my ass. Whatever. Go away. Nature doesn't always play nice. Because she doesn't have to. Because she makes the rules. But, a steaming load, there is a little emoticon over on the effin site that is is a steaming pile with flies flying around it. It's really kind of cool. Okay, I have to do this article just because it's like, oh, good Lord. Good Lord, here we go again. This is from leafy.com. A new DEA rule says that CBD oil is really, truly, no joke, illegal. Really? You want to know why? I'll tell you here in just a little bit, but let's get to this article first, okay? The U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, or Administration, DEA, made CBD oil a little more federally illegal in a little noticed bureaucratic maneuver this morning. Now, this was December the 14th. Today's Federal Register, which is December 14th of this year, contains an item 21 CFR Part 1308. Okay, when you got to put that kind of a distinction on it, you got entirely too many frickin' things in your Federal Register. When you have a... In any case, this establishes a new drug code for marijuana extract. This code, wrote the DEA Acting Administrator Chuck Rosenberg, will allow DEA and DEA-registered entities to track quantities of this material separately from quantities of marijuana. The move, the registered entry explained, is meant to bring the U.S. into compliance with international drug control treaties. There is no major change in law brought about by the register item, so why did you have to make a register item if there's no major change in law other than to add more frickin' numbers and letters and bullshit? Rather, it serves to clarify and reinforce the DEA's position on all cannabis extracts, including CBD oil. Now, okay, finish this first and then you can do your rant. That position is, they are all federally illegal Schedule I substances. Extracts of marijuana will continue to be treated as Schedule I controlled substances, the notice says. Do you know why? Because obviously it is doing something that Big Pharma and the tards that be, the leeches that be, do not want us knowing. It's actually helping people. And Big Pharma is not getting their fingers in that pie, which basically means that the DEA isn't getting their cut either, because if Big Pharma doesn't have the money to buy them off, then they ain't getting no money. See where it's going? CBD oil derived from hemp is now commonly available nationwide via websites and mail order services. And see, this is just another reason to say that hemp is demonic stuff. Those operations survive on the assumption that cannabinoidal products below the legal threshold for THC percentage in hemp, which is 0.3% or less, are technically legal. Not so, says the DEA. See, here they come to save the day. They're saving us. They're doing this for our own good, don't you know? Why don't you just shut up and go have that epileptic seizure and die, instead of trying all of these natural treatments that will actually help you and you won't die, and then we can't milk your family for all kinds of money and make you sicker through Big Pharma. And oh wait, never mind. I wasn't supposed to tell all that, was I? In the DA comment on the entry, Rosenberg directly addressed the question, what if it's only cannabinoidal CBD and no other cannabinoids? The agency's response, for practical purposes, all extracts that contain CBD will also contain at least small amounts of other cannabinoids. Well, you know what? So does the human brain. Ooh, can't be telling people that shit. However, if it were possible to produce from the cannabis plant an extract that contained contained only CBD and no other cannabinoids, such an extract would fall within the new drug code. So see, no matter how, that's the part of them being able to write the rules. No matter how you find a workaround, they're going to say, oh wait, no, we're going to clarify this little rule over here, because you found a loophole that we didn't think you'd be smart enough to find. In other words, the DEA is confident that it can find enough trace of other cannabinoids in your CBD oil to arrest and prosecute. And if they can't, they still have the option of arresting and prosecuting based on the CBD oil itself. Why? Because they like to arrest and prosecute, and because they can, because they're a governmental entity and they're a part of the Alphabet Soup Brigade, and because people haven't stood up and said, fuck you. No. People really need to start stepping up and say, fuck you. No. People need to realize there are way more of us than there are of them. And this is just another way of them culling the herd and making sure that while they're culling the herd, they are also making a profit at it by keeping you going back to Big Pharma. That's pretty much it. Oh, Santa has claws because he's a lion? Rawr. Rawr. I'm going to put this one over here as well. What's that image? A poo page? No fake shit here, but I like that. Thank you ever so much, Sock Puppet. I like that. I'm going to share that. Did you put that over here in the RLM chat? Because I'm gonna right now. Right now. I only have, wow, 14 minutes. Holy smokes. bill to protect colleges from undocumented students is a nightmare for... Yeah, I was really, really proud of my state when Kathleen Sebelius decided that um, undocumented immigrants could get in-state tuition and get grants from the state to go to college, but uh, just because you were, lived in the state doesn't mean that you automatically qualify for grants, but undocumented immigrants do, which is another one of those divide and conquer kind of things. Make you despise people more just because of whatever. And also, people that like just live 5 miles across the state line, they have to pay out-of-state tuition. But someone who is undocumented, who is in the country illegally, can get in-state tuition and get grants. I thought that was just an extra special load that my former governor dumped on us. Because she's just extra special, don't you know? So, I'm going to put that over here on... I like that. I like that image. Because it's got my name on it. I know. I'm easily entertained. There you go, Vinny. I said your name. Okay. I'm going to do the poopy pile. And then do that one. There you go. Okay. So, where else? Oh, I know. It's getting close to the end of my time, so I'm going to go to the pig. By the way, seeing as how I am going to be in town this weekend, because, well, yeah, I'm not getting on the roads. If Flasheroonie wants me to, I will be helping with the dork table tomorrow, and apparently the lovely Moose Girl is also going to play along, which would be absolutely awesomeness. We can tag team him, Moosey. This could be fun. Flash won't know what hit him. Okay, over on the pig. The word of the day is electoral college, which has actually 2 words, hun. A tribute to our founding fathers' genius, which makes all 50 states count, not just the densely populated blue ones. It's not necessarily that simple, but okay. And today's question over on the pig is, has Ruski Hackers Made Me Do It replaced its devilish alternative? Oh, the Rusky Hackers made me do it instead of the devil made me do it. I see where you're going with that. Okay. So, this date in history, December the 16th, 1773. Frisky Bostonians dumped 300 chests of tea in Boston Harbor, lisping bun ranger wearing chaps deemed person of interest. Oh, Bonnie. This date in history, December the 16th, 1811. There's a whole lot of shaking going on the New Madrid, Missouri, or in New Madrid, Missouri, when it's nailed by an 8.0 earthquake. Have we got your attention now, show me State Sparky, which that one even rattled bells as far away as Boston. And yeah, it could happen again. That could be interesting. If there is another big one like that, it could split. It could, maybe, possibly, almost, kind of, sort of split the nation in half. Oh, no. I think the Mississippi already does that, doesn't it? Maybe it'll make that crack even wider. This date in history, December the 16th, 1890. The one, the only, the original Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel Harlan Sanders, born, spends his life clucking around and licking his fingers. Oh, wow. I just got a mental image that I really didn't want to have. Yeah, that's the way my mind works, and I bet y'all know, those that have listened to me even a couple of times probably know where my mind went with that one. Okay, this date in history, December the 16th, 1915. Science enters a whole new era One that renders every physics textbook obsolete. When a man of rare brilliance, Albert Einstein, publishes his general theory of relativity. I have relatives, and there's no general theory about them at all. They're all frickin' lunatics. And finally, this date in history, December the 16th, 1916. Holy hell no, I won't go, Batman. The mad monk Rasputin reluctantly agrees to volunteer for gene pool improvement after being shot, stabbed, poisoned, and drowned. Because some people just flat ass can't take a hint. Well, this was quite a memorable day, wasn't it? In history. I got a message. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Miss Kate really needs to hear something good. I'll have to have a chat with her when I get done on the radio. Yes, I have notices. You've got mail. Oh, God, there's Michelle. I know. I'm being racist. That's another thing. I saw something on Twitter today and I'm thinking, "Oh my God. Oh my God. How could that guy do that? Who's that black sheriff?" That, he's very outspoken. Now, the only reason I put that little identifier in front of is because there's an awful lot of sheriffs that are outspoken, but this is the one that everybody they either call him an Uncle Tom or a lot of people are pissed at him or whatever. Well, he had a tweet on Twitter where he said he was hoping for a white Christmas. I laughed my ass off. I don't know about anybody else that saw it, but I quite literally laughed. No, it's still there. But I laughed really, really, really hard when I saw that. It's like, dude, that's funny. I don't care who you are. So, okay. The V was Freudian. Freudian. Oh, a Plan 9 from outer space? Who's that? Huh? 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 Oh, what? What? I'm catching up on the chat here. Oh, Moosey, yeah, Moosey, you get the night off, sweetheart. But you can play tomorrow, seeing as how you got tonight off. In any case, dang, I am getting close to the wire. So, y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on the RLM Radio.xyz station, the RLM TuneIn station, the RLM Internet Radio station, the RLM Spreaker channel. Where else? Lots of other places. Oh, thank you, Demon Atrax, Sheriff Clark. Yeah, I did think that was extremely amusing when he shared it. He's wishing for a white Christmas. It's like, whoo, I get it. That may not be where he was going with it, but that's where I went with it. Oh, well. In any case, please stick around because Demon Atrax will be on here in just a little bit with some demonic tunage to entertain you for another couple of hours here on this Freaker Friday. And it's a freaking freezing Friday night, if you ask me. Although those of you down there in Florida, yeah, with your 60-some degrees, 70-some degrees, 80-some degrees, bite me. That's just wrong. That's just so wrong. Hey. Oh well. Also, once again, no Freakers Ball this evening. Grimmy has declared he's taking the night off. So there you go. And Grimner has spoken because Grimner is the god of the RLM, don't you know? And if you don't know that, don't make him go all kaboom on you. Because if you get Grimner mad enough to go all kaboom on you, you have really fucked up. Just saying. Tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock my time, Central Time, noon Eastern Time, will be the Dork Table with Flasharoonie Head, myself, and hopefully Moose Girl, if they will have me. And we will be doing all kinds of dorky stuff like we almost always do. And then tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern Time is Kira with The Bridge. Then tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock is Bo Diddy with some bodacious tunage. At noon Eastern on Sunday is Grimner with the blues, and you're going to need them blues. You're going to need to be wailing, listening to that wailing guitar, because you know what? You're going to be wailing by the time Hal Anthony shows up right after Grimner and opens up a can of whoop ass on yo ass behind the woodshed. So, that is the weekend so far. Wednesday Wednesday is Solvanor over on UCY.TV for the Solvanor event. Check that out. Is he also simulcast on RLM, Grimmy? I don't ever get a listen anymore. That's usually the time when the phones go absolutely ape shit at work, so I don't get to listen to much of anything during that whole 11 o'clock to 1:30 range. Kind of pisses me off, but what the hell. Also, just another quick reminder, Sock Puppet has agreed to do a radio broadcast with me. That's going to be Thursday, December the 29th. Same batty time as my normal show, same batty channel, so be sure to check that out as well. I'm sure he's going to be stacking the shit on me, and I'll be stacking it right back because I don't have the proper permits to keep it, so I got to give it back. In any case, thank y'all for listening in. Please be careful out there. Please, please, please. The weather is getting very frightful and and there's already been some nasty ass accidents. So please be careful if you're traveling this weekend, and stay warm. Except for you people in Florida. You need to share some of that with the rest of us. Okay, Solvanor's only on UCY. Thank you, Grimner. And I guess I will see y'all in the morning. I'll be hanging around in the chat for a while, but who knows? I might be a lazy ass and go put on my footy jammies and crawl in bed and go to sleep. 'Cause it's been